Yeah, so a baby in the womb did not kidnap and rape a 12-year-old.
Okay,
but
so
they have the potential to.
Hold on. Well, everyone has free will
Right.
and the potential to, but someone who just kidnapped and raped two 12-year-olds, they're in a complete different moral universe than a baby who is sitting patiently in a womb.
It's the argument, like, I totally understand that fetuses are innocent, but it's the same argument that, like, you know, if it's the violinist. I talked about this before, the first time I was on the violinist
I've been through
argument.
this so many times.
I know
yes.
you've been through this, but I'll still run it through. The violinist argument, where you're hooked up, you wake up and you're hooked up to the most famous violinist, and they're hooked up to you, and you have to sit there for 9 months bedridden to take care of them.
But in order for that metaphor to be true, did you know the night before that you had a chance to potentially be hooked up to a violinist if you had a bunch of pleasure?
Okay, I get that part, but even
because you agreed to have sex before all of a sudden the violinist showed up in your room.
Even at that point, accidents happen. Like, you can, like, it's also like you could just leave your front door open by accident. Now someone's sitting in your house for fucking
hold on
months,
a second.
9 months.
But having sex is a choice. Now, less than 1% of all abortions are rape, incest. But having sex is a choice. You don't have to have that choice.
But you don't
choices come
choose
with
to
a cost.
be pregnant when you have sex. You don't choose to be pregnant.
Well, hold on. But you have a choice to have sex in the first place.
Yes, but you don't choose to be pregnant. Sex doesn't always lead to pregnancy. Women are only fertile for 5 days of the month.
Right. So why do you need to have sex?
Feels good. What are you talking about?
So we should just do what feels good, regardless of the choices or
Yes,
consequences?
people do that all the time.
But
People
just
love
because people
feeling
do
good.
things all the time, is that right?
No, it's not about people do. People like feeling good. People like doing good things that give them dopamine and serotonin.
We're getting somewhere, right? So should what feels good be prioritized over what is good?
Sometimes it depends exactly on what it is.
Okay, so if I can have pleasure and a bunch
Sure.
of people die, that's perfectly fine.
I said it depends on what it is. If people are dying,
Okay, so again, back to the point is that you
Multiple
don't,
people.
outside of rape or those very, very fringe test cases, 99% of the time, you don't just wake up and you're magically pregnant.
no, you know that you had sex and you're
Bingo.
like, oh shit.
So hold on a second. So why do you then get to have the orgasm without the responsibility?
Hold on, because you don't get to have the orgasm. You just wake up pregnant.
Hold on a second, but hold on. But if the woman chooses to keep the baby, the man has to pay child support.
I don't agree with that.
Well, it's the law.
But yeah,
Secondly,
the
hold
laws
on.
They made
might
that
be
choice.
stupid sometimes.
Well, that's right. Both parties made the choice, which is interesting. Do you think that men should be able to have a say before a woman has an abortion?
I think it should be a conversation.
I don't. But here's the thing. I don't think
Should
you should
both
be
parties
able
have to agree?
Hold
I
on.
think so.
I don't.
so.
You're
I don't-
consistent.
I do.
Good for you.
I don't think you should be able to force women into abortion, just like you shouldn't be able to force women out of an abortion. You shouldn't. No way, each way or the other. No way. You can't tell someone to do with their body.
Hold on, but is it their body or is it that another body's within their body?
It's okay. But if someone broke into my house, I would put a gun to their head and say, "Get the fuck out or die."
But hold on. You invited the baby into the house with somebody.
In-game.
In
Hold
a
on, hold
night
on.
of passion.
I didn't invite the baby over. I left the door unlocked by accident.
Somebody push it back.
Yeah,
please. Push it back.
But wait, that baby is then within you,
Okay.
and
And it's still my body within me, my body.
right.
me.
But is it your DNA?
It doesn't matter if it's my
Hold
DNA.
on. Why
I
do
don't
you?
care
Well, hold
about
on. Why
that.
do you have control over somebody else's DNA? I thought you
Because
said.
they're in me. If they
Hold
wanted
on.
control,
Got
they
it.
should have come.
So
they
it's a
should have
location
popped out
issue.
earlier.
Super interesting. So location matters more than being. Just because somebody happens to be within a womb.
If it was my baby in Hawaii, take them out.
However, so if somebody has, it's not, if it's your DNA, you have total choice of your DNA to take a vaccine or not a vaccine. To be able to eat Coke, drink Coke, or drink Sprite.
If they're in my body and they're
Hold on.
affecting my life, I'll do what I want with them.
Okay, so
Easily.
so just because somebody's location determines their moral worth
No, it's not about necessarily location. It's about how they affect me.
for 9 months after you chose to be able to get in that circumstance.
It's not even just 9 months. It's after the fact too. You have postpartum depression.
No, yeah, so that's interesting. So we're getting somewhere. So your argument is you should do what is expedient, even if there is a victim and there might be a casualty.
They wouldn't even know they're a victim.
Okay, that's interesting. Is it okay to murder if the person does not know they were murdered?
Sure, why not? They won't even know. They have
So
no.
it's okay to go to an old person's home, a bunch of people with dementia, and
No,
just
no.
start popping rounds?
Sure. Bye.
Popping rounds.
You just killed your argument.
No, I don't. I'm not even.
No,
killing
you did
my
just kill
argument.
your argument. So we can go to old people's homes, dementia, Alzheimer's. They're drained on society. They don't know who they are. They don't know their name. They don't know their relatives. By the way, millions of people have dementia and Alzheimer's, and we
I
just
don't
kill
think
them
that you
because.
should.
Hold on. Oh no, you said you should be able to.
Oh my god.
But it's not necessarily like if they're never gonna know, they're never gonna know.
Okay, so murdering dementia patients is consistent. You're right. You are being consistent.
I think there is a little bit of inconsistency because, like, after you're dead in a lot of cases in a lot of religions, right? So